right, we are live. I hate starting the show on a sad note, but I don't know how many of our Delco friends have had a cold one at Johnny B's right up the street. But the owner passed away, and I just want to do an honorable mention because he's a good friend of us. I'm sure cold ones. So, to the family and everybody associated there. So, it's great to be back at Hanrahan. Yes. Actually, we're going to talk a little Phillies baseball, and there's plenty of that to go around. They don't get back on the field until Friday, I believe, right? Friday, they get that extra day off, so hopefully they're well rested and we can jumpstart. Who we got? The Cubbies, right?
Cubs starting off, yeah.
Got the Cubbies.
Cubbies and hit right into the Braves, so that'll be a big series before we hit the fire league. So we got to jump out of the gates here quick.
All right. Well, again, our summer Santa is floating around, so if anybody wants photos, they're $29.95. You can feel free to pay Robert Ozick. How are you?
Yeah, how you doing, Paul?
No, seriously, feel free to jump in with a little festive Christmas in July. Santa is a good friend of ours, and he gets out to many of our events. So let's give it up. Again, Phillies. John, where do you start?
Well, let's jump right into it. How hard was it for you during the 08 World Series that could be quiet? I was involved. You also in a celebration, and you had to obviously let Harry make it. But how hard was that as a fan? You were growing up as a Cubs fan, and this down to the 80 World Series.
Well, that's really what happened, John. I will pick this up again. That's really what happened was in 1980, as you're saying, we weren't on the air.
Right.
So Harry did an unbelievable job doing a recreation of it on people out there on a record, 33 and 30. So he did a great job with it. But I'll never forget this night. There's one out in the ninth inning. So I'm right on second base. And I said to myself, I said, whatever you do, shut up. Don't make a sound. This is his call. We want to make sure that Harry's able to do it, and he just did it. Oh, and of course, it was which I really wasn't that much aware of, and I didn't even know that I had done all that stuff until I was like 10 party. And I found out how great it was because the next day in the parade, or 2 days in the parade, I had all these young kids with he was fabulous. Oh, You win a world championship. Went through that thing, so that was such a thrill. And of course, what 48-hour rainbow they get into.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you fall off something like that.
It was, yeah. I just had to tie that game before we went into the game. But it was, I had people tell me they were at the game, and then they came back, they were lucky enough to come back and see those 3.5 innings, so it was the greatest 3.5 innings they've ever been through.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been there myself, cousin, and, you know, I'm a big Phillies player and stuff, and I found the World Series ticket on the ground, for the first part of the game.
Yeah.
And, everybody's like, well, are you gonna use that ticket to go in? I'm like, no, I can't do that. The person who has to come back is gonna be able to use it. I said, also, I don't want to jinx the team. I'm like, you know, if I use that, I mean, I have my own ticket to come back in, but, you know, you could have.
It was a fabulous night, and people said to me, were you aware of the fact that Brad Litch hadn't blown a save yet? Oh. If we had it, if we lose it, we got. So the greatest thing about that night was that Delta Charter was over there with all that food and everything ready to go, and our bags were downstairs on the trucks. And about 2 or 3 hours later, we went downstairs at the ballpark and got our bags and put them in our car. Right. Well, no, it was a great.
Oh, yeah, no, that was special. So, definitely special. Be there, you myself, and, yeah. You live in, you part of the team.
Well, people, you know, I've been through so much, I've been through so many great players and friends and all. The 2 parades are the greatest thing because the fans were so excited and they're all looking up at you with these tremendous smiles and they kept going, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm thinking, thank you, you know, for being such great fans. So those 2 World Series parades are the greatest thing that I ever done.
Especially here for the games.
Greatest town to win it. We try to tell the players that they don't want to hear it sometimes when things aren't going well. But you should say, if you can hang in here and win this town, there's no place like it.
Right.
All right, real quick question for you guys out there. We're talking about the 08 parade. Show us some hands. Who was there? There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's one of those things you gotta go. You know, it's like the Eagles when they won it, 17, you had to be there.
So
It doesn't happen, we're not.
well, that's the other thing. I mean, we only have 2 in our history. So, you know, it's not like a World Series parade. You know, it's pretty cool.
So let's dial it back just a little bit. I know you were telling us earlier on, you're a 6-month resident of Clearwater, Florida. That's very cool. And you still do Philly spring training games?
Well, what I do is, yeah, I'm a resident of Clearwater, Florida. In fact, I just got back last Wednesday, and I spent 6 months there from January to July, and now July until January again. Bought a place down there a few years ago, a golf course. So, you know, life is good. So it was worth all those 37 years I went on the road, down most of the road trip. So, but yeah, it's just a great experience there. It's really a part of the club because if you come down to spring training, people will go listen to PA and they say, I recognize that voice. You know, right? So I've done the public address now there since 1972, my first spring training. And the only years I didn't do it was the years we were on Comcast Sports Network, where we were televising the home games. We did about after 2 or 3 years, I think, we did all the home games, so I didn't do the PA thing. So it's fun. It's great to be a part of it. You're in the clubhouse, you get to know everybody and all of that. But it's still good because you watch the game, you got to pay attention. And I really enjoy seeing the other teams and watching the strengths and weaknesses of, just like I did when I was in the West, and watching our players play and say, well, I think this guy got a chance, or this guy got a win, this guy. So it's fun. It's really good time, and it's kind of nice to still be involved.
Show of hands. Who goes to Clearwater? Here we go.
Oh, you gotta come down. It's the greatest experience. Everybody who comes down there always says they're gonna come back. And a lot of people come down there by properties, and they wind up being the Pinellas County residents at some point. But it's such a great, the west coast of Florida is really pretty nice. Our area, Tampa, where the Blue Jays are. St. Petersburg is beautiful, and so is Clearwater. It's a great area.
Oh, absolutely, especially.
Oh, another thing, you love to do the weather. Just stuff up there. Well, down here.
Not down there. And then like you get out by July, it's gonna be hot.
It's hot down there. Yeah, I have another reason I have to come back up here, but I like it down here. People talking about how hot it is here today. I said, it's a normal day in Florida. This stuff starts about May, about late May. And then the dew points are 74. They get those dew points, oh, it's really hot. It's 71 and a half, about 74, 75 in Florida. So it's just hot down there. It's very doable.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So how much golf do you play?
I play a lot. You know, whether I'm any good or not, that's up for grabs. I really enjoy golf. The thing I enjoy it's all your fault. You can't blame anybody. If you want to blame somebody else, like something blew a horn or putting or whatever. But I just love golf because I love to be outside. I like to walk a lot of times. And I love the challenge of it because hey, you're getting to hit a round thing with a square object, where in baseball is the opposite.
Right.
Nothing's harder than baseball. But a golf ball goes all over the place. And it's a camaraderie game too. If anybody plays it, there's so much fun to have $1 on a match, $5. So I play a lot. Yes, I played this afternoon. I live in Bluebell, and I live on Bluebell Country Club, and I played.
Very nice.
I play everything close.
But it is. I was lucky enough to go, which is that flex golf, and you can't go to Masters. Well, my significant other won in a lottery one, so we got to go to the Friday of the man Tiger was playing. And we saw the Masters. We got there at 6:45 in the morning to set up chairs that you put out there. We were down in that corner and walked all around and we were back and sit some more. It was just a thrill. When you hear about the hills, it's like this. You literally walk up hills like this. It's just for a golfer, if you like golf, it's a wonderful experience that you never go to.
The staying with the lines of golf, the game has changed a little bit as they're splitting up, and it's almost like a different league now, right? Some are going for the money, and some are staying home.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. I mean, sports are predicated on, hey, look, it's America, and it's a free enterprise system, so that's what they're doing with that. So I'm kind of reticent to criticize it. The thing that bothers me is maybe some of these guys now. We have a great tournament down in the Clearwater area called the Valspar Classic every year. It's in March, and they've had a tremendous field for that over the years. But a lot of these guys that are going into this LIV, this live thing, are guys. A lot of the European players, they come to the Copperhead course to play it. So I'm thinking that could hurt that, and then they make so much money for charity for the golf tournaments and all. So we'll see what happens. But I learned a long time ago that until you walk in somebody's shoes, it's not a great idea to criticize them.
Here you go. Lauren, anything?
Hi, Mike.
You start in the booth. I think you took over for Ashford because he's a little calm.
No, he wasn't Bob. When he wasn't a drinker, it was the other guy who was a drinker. What happened that day was it was a once in a lifetime experience. We were playing a doubleheader in Montreal. It's 1976. We won the first game. We won the National League East. And it's the first championship for the Phillies since 1950. So we win the first game. So this has probably never been done before or since. we have to go into the clubhouse, and I mean, it's Mardi Gras time. It's champagne and beer, soaking wet and everything. So I got changed, I brought some clothes with me just in case, and I go back upstairs because I'm the traveling publicity back then. And I love the broadcast end of it because I always thought, you know, I would do. So I used to go in the booth all the time. I walked in the booth, and Whitey and Harry, and then Richie said, "Here comes that Chris Wheeler again, the guy that screws up the notes and gets us all wrong." He said, "He's always wanted to do this. Why don't you sit down and do a few innings?" And I looked at Harry, and I said, "He's serious." And Harry said, "Sit down." I sit down, and I'm having the time of my life, just analyzing the stuff I did later. And unbeknownst to me, our audio is going next door, and John McHale is the general manager of the Expos, and there were Bill Krause. And John McHale said to Bill, he said, "Bill, who's that broadcaster of yours in there?" Bill said, "I have no idea what the hell he's doing. He's one of our PR guys." And John says, "No, he's pretty good." He said, "He's saying things about our players that I didn't know about." So the next year, we were gonna have to have they needed a guy to do radio when the games were televised, because I saw him retire. Giles said he didn't have to pay me any money because I was traveling anyway, and I was on, with the team. I started doing the games in 1977, and I flew them for 37 years. I always thought if we'd have lost that first game, we'd have never gotten that opportunity. So the people that like me should have wished for that, you know, we lost that first game, the ones that like me. That's how, and it was only because Whitey just didn't feel like doing it. I just didn't want to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a true story.
All right, ask a question, get an answer. That's what we like around here. How about the guy behind you, Phil? Is this your book?
This is copy of the book.
You came prepared.
Oh, thanks a lot. I had, that was the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Because but he told me this is going to be great. All I had to do was get a tape recorder and just tell stories, and then he'd write it. He sent me back a chapter, and it was so awful. It didn't sound like me. And we had already signed a contract with the publisher, and he said, "Well, I got good news and bad news for you. You're still gonna do this thing, but you're gonna have to write it now." So he did all the editing, and he added stuff, and I had people say, "Oh, we really love that. Why don't you write another one?" I said, "No, never gonna work out." Or they said, "Why don't you tell the real stories when you can't tell it?" No, I'm gonna take this as my dubious reward. But you can imagine the stories you have after being around for 50 years. Yeah, I'm very proud, you know, and it did very well for a local book, and it went into 2 or 3 reprints, and we did an addition to it a couple years later with more information, and then I wrote a couple more chapters. So I'm not gonna do that.
Sure. Yeah. So, talking about that, ask the question, get it, and answer if you want. Tribute.
Let's throw it over to the boss, our PR person. Are you ready?
She's ready. She's giving the thumbs up. At least I think that's.
She's quiet tonight. I don't know if that's good or bad.
All right, we're doing tonight. We're doing a little Phillies trivia and also Chris Wheeler trivia as well. So, this is the Phillies one first. Who was the pitcher to finish the game in 1993 to clinch the NL East against Pittsburgh?
Like Schmidt.
Tom Ball.
That is correct.
Nice going.
That is correct.
That's great.
You get your options. You
Who did that game that day? Mariano, nice going. Did you get anything for that?
No.
That's a good answer.
He gets a smack on the back.
Yeah, okay. A lot of Phillies fans out there in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It was really loud. I mean, it was fun doing that game that night and winning it with all the fans there. A lot of them were in the bar with us afterwards downtown. It was great.
That 93 team was amazing.
That 93 team, you didn't want any of your daughters coming over with any of them. But they were gamers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they're almost a lot more than the 18.
Oh, yeah.
In the 18.
were one-time wonders, right? They were, you know, unfortunately, someone got hurt. But they were a team that people just have to identify with because they were dirty uniform players.
Right.
And they were great. I think we had 10 divorces after that season, and none of them was dice. Nobody could believe it. The other guys couldn't believe it. How did he stay married? And we did. They were something else. They were.
Yeah, they were just amazing. And then that was my senior year of high school, or college.
They were fun.
And so, yeah, having to go the year before being working in baseball.
Yeah.
Being out at Penn State myself as well. And got to listen to all the Pittsburgh fans out there.
You Penn State?
Yes.
Nice school. We are. Yeah, and I went through that when I was at Penn State. We had to listen to Pirates.
Right.
Because we couldn't get our games up in those days. Now they had to get them now.
Right.
But that was visible.
Yeah, and then to be my senior year, enjoyed the ride. And I came home and went to long league, but we were fortunate to be season tickets.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, all the playoff games.
It was a blue snow year, really. It was one of those years where everything fell into place.
Right.
And we probably should have won the World Series. Because we lost that awful game where we were won 15-9 or whatever it was, 16-15, something like that. They had basically given up to let their pitcher hit. They didn't even hit for him.
Right.
That sort of, and we blew that game again. And then,
That was a turning point.
well, yeah, then Shilling pitched a great game the next night.
Yeah.
But the went up there and had a great game that night, and Carter hit the home run.
Right. No, but if we win that game 4.
We're gonna win the World Series. That was a great Toronto team. That's the Hall of Fame.
We were that was our game.
It was awful. You know, remember the rain and the fog and all that?
Oh, the rain was
Nutty and a couple of homers.
Yeah, but he was making up.
Always made up for
Oh,
it. He loved the bigger the game, the bigger the effort.
Yeah, I think with it not being as wet and rainy, maybe he catches the ball.
He may have, yeah. He may have slipped his own tobacco.
That is true.
Are they, is the '93 team the team that we'll always remember? Because, I mean, it just seems like when there's a conversation, they talk about.
They win the World Series. My favorite team, what's your favorite team, was the '80s team, because we were all around the same age. And 76, 77. In 79, the Pirates were just better. A lot of injuries in here. But 80 to me was still the greatest, and the players on that team, unbelievable. I mean, they had position by position how good that team was. But the '93 team is, you know, you get into different ages, people different ages, they remember the '93 team better. And because they were so much fun, people enjoyed it. That's the way they put it. The way they called the beers and the bellies.
And they were characters.
Yeah.
They were softball teams playing.
They kind of were a softball team. Aaron Goff, he was he said he used to look like Joey Buttafuoco.
And they had fun with it. Like, that was, I mean, they just had fun with it. They didn't care what people thought.
Yeah, it was a great time. They weren't as much fun to be around as they were for the fans because they kind of had their little, yeah, I mean, they circled the wagons. And even though they were good with us, don't get me wrong, but we weren't one of them.
Right.
We weren't in the clubhouse, we were in there. And Jimmy did a great job, Wilson did a great job of keeping them together. Darren did a great job of being a policeman. But they kept to themselves, and they weren't good with the media necessarily, but the fans loved it.
Right. I think they used that as a rallying cry.
Absolutely. It was us against them.
You're talking about the '80 team and your favorite. Was there a particular ball player on that team that Chris Wheeler may be a fan of?
Well, there were so many of them because so many were, you know, his best friends. That's because we were around. But the player that I I think the most about that team was Pete Rose, because, look, if he doesn't come to Philadelphia, we don't win in 80. He made them understand what it took to win and how you had to dedicate yourself to win. And he put everything into it. He had one hit, he wanted two, he had two, he wanted three. So, Steve Carlton was the guy who would get you out of there at night if you wanted to pitch a 2-hour game. But Pete Rose to me is the most important part of that team because he was the missing piece of the puzzle. He added 79, didn't win in 79 for one game.
So going backwards or forwards with the current Phillies, so we bring in a Bryce ahead of time, right? We built a team around Bryce where in 80 we had the pieces, so we bring in Pete, right? So now we're doing it kind of like backwards.
Well, it's never baseball. It's like every sport. The offense in every sport is the sexy part of it, but you win with pitching and defense. And I don't care how much offense you want to add. If you don't pitch and you don't catch the ball, I think like this team and last year, they don't catch the ball. It's not an error in the box score, but it's a play that should have been made. It turns into a 4th inning, and it turns into 3 runs. So extra pitches for the pitcher, with the pitching counts down, all that sort of stuff. So to me, it's still pitching and defense. They have some very, very good players on the Phillies team. Bryce Harper's he's an MVP who's headed for another one, maybe. So the guy has some on the thumb braces down. So this team is interesting, I think. If they can shut it down at the end like they are now, a little bit better, I think they can compete. But the Mets are gone. They let the Mets get away with losing 8 or 9 games early in the year, so they're 8 or 9 games back. They're the games they've gone and losing to them. And you knew the Braves were going to get good. They're good. All right, and great.
Do you think Snicker intentionally left the Pittsburgh door off the All-Star game because of how much he dominated them?
Having been around Charlie when we were in the 2 World Series, and Charlie would have to sit there, and you have no idea the pressure you put on those managers. And a lot of it's done by the league. The manager gets a certain part of things to do to it. So I would say, knowing Brian Smith and everything I hear about him now, I would say no. He's a good man.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, because it was kind of like, you hear a good story where he went up to Dennis Martinez and said to him, the national manager, and he went up to him and said, this is the opportunity to be able to experience this yourself. And so he wanted him to be on the show. That's a class act, there. But then for Wheeler, especially with a couple of the other misses that were.
Well, he was good. I mean, he's good. I met him. I've only met him twice. One time, the first time I met him was spring training. With me and this guy was, and I walked up and I introduced myself. And I said, "Hey, by the way, did they call you Wheels?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, let me tell you something. When you're walking around here this year, and they're yelling Wheels, it may not be for you." Well, he got a big kick out of it. I saw him one time after that. He said, "I remember what you told me about." But now they call him your Wheels is what we for Zach Wheeler. This guy is one of the top 5, 10 he's really, he can tell he's got a winner. You'd like to get him into the postseason, but I think he'd be pretty good.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, with him, all, you got a good 1-2 there.
Yeah, he's a good one too.
All right, let's maybe we go over a couple of things just for anybody that's just dropped in. Raffle tickets, 2 free ones. Come up and see the crew. You can buy as many as you like at $1 a piece. We got some great prizes up there tonight. Some multi-signed pieces. Again, we do a lot with charity throughout the year. A couple of different things. We recently did one with the Darren Dalton Foundation out in Reading, and that went over really, really well. We raised a bunch of money, so we're excited about that. I believe that golf tournament's coming up, correct? Am I right with that? I think it's coming up in early August. Okay. But again, we take a lot of this money from these raffle prizes and we donate it locally, and also to some other organizations. So know that the money's being shared with others. What else do we have? We've got, as you guys know, we're affiliated with the R Fields, the Reading Fields. You guys have been out there. We've got a bunch of free tickets. You guys can see Lauren for some free tickets. It's a great night of baseball. A lot of the players that we root for down there in South Philly come through baseball town. So get out and support baseball town. It's a great night out. I mean, where can you go for a free ticket, free parking? Beers are cheap, hot dogs are cheap. It's a good time. So see Lauren and she'll make that happen. Again, I want to thank all the fine folks here at Hanrahan for opening us up every month. It's always a great night. We are back here August 24th. We are back here August 24th, and we're gonna roll in another Penn State guy, Blair Thomas. So come out. We'll talk football. Blair's a great guest and has a lot of great stories. So football season will just about
We kick off, get ready.
right.
September 11th is the first opening day.
I did a radio talk show 2 days ago with Steve Jones. He was a great broadcaster for Penn State. So we got to talk Penn State football the other day. He wants to do baseball first, then he lets me ask him questions about Penn State because he goes on such a fanatic Penn State fan. So yeah, he's very excited about the season coming on as always, as all his Nittany fans. So absolutely, we could get rid of Iowa State and conference, so that would be nice.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
We just recently did a show with Blair, and he loves his Nittany audience.
I asked him about that great kickoff return he had in his pit. I was up there when he did that as a fan then. And I think he took it may have been 100 yards or 101 yards or something like that. Blair Thomas, Frankfurt High School, and what a great player. And I hear he's a wonderful person.
He is very sincere, genuine. Yeah, we had a great night with him.
I'm sure he has some Joe Paterno stories too.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you did.
All right, again, I want to thank, Hanrahan and the fine staff here, Jimmy Clark, again, for opening up and allowing us to do this Fans View here once a month. Again, we're back August the 24th. So we're pretty much, going to head towards the second part of the show. If you guys have any questions for our guests, you would love to answer them. We'll talk just about anything. Lauren, is the mic around?
Yeah,
Hi.
I'm just curious, who is your favorite all-time baseball player?
Favorite all-time baseball?
Well, favorite baseball player overall?
I'll tell you, the greatest player I ever saw, I've been lucky enough to see him when I was a kid, and I still say he's the best player I've ever seen, is Willie Mays. What couldn't Willie Mays do better than everybody else? And I was lucky enough to see him, as I said, when I was young, and see him in his prime. Now, obviously, since then, there have been some, great players that we were talking about. I seen Albert Pujols the other night. I remember the first time I saw Albert Pujols, I was like, whoa, this guy's different. But Mays, and to be lucky enough as a kid to watch Mays and Aaron and those guys play in that generation, they were unbelievable. Willie Mays is still like 91 now, I think. Just lost Hank recently. But Mays he was different.
He had it all. Oh. 661.
Now, my favorite Philly, my boyhood idol was Richie Ashburn. And he came to live with me for a while. He had a little problems at home. And I can say it because he's gone on. He came to live with me. Okay, it was interesting. And there finally came a point where I said, wait, let's talk about rent a little bit. You know what his answer was? Wow, I was your boyhood idol, so why should I pay you any rent? Never paid me a cent. I found him an apartment in South Philly, funny to get rid of him. But he was my favorite player as a kid, and it was a thrill to get to know him and play golf with him so much and be friends. And even have him live with me for no reason. Yeah, sure.
Lauren, trivia time?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this one we're gonna go with, Chris Wheeler, being here. Which manager was Chris Wheeler's favorite? You got right up in your line. There you go.
I don't believe you said that. And you know, that's a hard question. You know, when John asked me to answer that, I hedged on it because, you know, I'm really so many great guys. I mean, I can not Charlie Mackey, somebody like him. I wasn't gonna say Bo because he goes crazy. But Jim Fregosi was the most interesting baseball guy I've ever been around in my life. He never ever thought he was wrong, but he would do everything he could to make everybody around him better. And I miss him to this day when he had that stroke and we lost him a few years ago. He was so much fun to be around, and he did a great job with that '93 team. I don't know who else could have managed them. He did a great job of taking care of that. Eric Dalton wanted to be a policeman. He was a shy kid from Kansas, and the last thing he wanted to do was be this big tough guy in the clubhouse. But Jimmy asked him to do that, and he did. And Darren really was a sweet guy.
Oh, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm sure you had some good memories with him.
Yeah, you know, there's kind of guys that like him and Boone can all, you know, lose it and it still kind of gets to me once in a while. But Darren was such a great friend. I really miss him.
So, what was one of your favorite moments that, as we were just talking about, going through that whole year? Banging on about it for the Mother's Day Fast Land.
I was going to say, Brent, why does that jump out as so much of a great memory? Because it was so loud, and he hit it on Lee Arthur Smith, who was pretty good. At that time, Lee Smith was the top of his game. I think it was Yeah, that was pretty good. That was in that season. Now, the way to remember about it, you know, we started blowing a lead, and we don't win a lot of big games as the time went on, and they just got better and better. And Lenny Dykstra was up there, he was a relevant player and all that. But that probably wasn't the greatest moment.
Yeah, I mean, they were losing that game.
Yeah.
You know,
It was
it was Mother's Day.
And the bat was literally shaking.
We were there. It was a fun night.
Or trivia?
Absolutely. All right, who was the first player to hit a official home run at Citizens Bank?
No, Citizens Bank, not the bank. You had it right, Don Lovey.
There you go with the assistant. Very good. Yeah, Jim told me had the first one in the contest.
Right.
Put it on the
Against Cleveland, yeah, against Cleveland. That's an interesting thing. Fans here will probably identify with this. Dave Montgomery, who was just one of the greatest people in the world and did such a great job with our organization, he was so fan oriented. Everything he thought about was what the fans want first. So in the new ballpark at Citizens Bank Park where we played that series, the pitchers, our pitchers were in the upper level, and the other pitchers, the visiting. Well, you should have heard our pitchers after that series, you know, because our fans are a little, they're going to express themselves, and they would call them all kinds of names. So when we came back off that road trip, our pitchers were in the bottom, and the visitors were on top taking the abuse. But that was David. We just thought, hey, we We want our fans to be able to see our pitchers warm up and interact with them. And our pitchers are saying, get us the hell out of here. We don't want to be out here.
Not at all, that's for sure, that's for sure.
Talking of the Citizens Bank Park, all the changes and different things, you know, it's still a, you know, relatively new park. But they seem to still be making upgrades, and do you get out much? You get to many games?
I'm gonna go to a few coming up because we're gonna have a belated, 80 reunion, 2 years late because of COVID, so that's gonna be fun that weekend, the Wall of Fame and all that. It is hard to believe though, we have the oldest ballpark in our division.
Yeah.
You think about that, how come those other 4 teams have ballparks? That out, it is. They've done a great job of additions to it. I just read where they're gonna have the new scoreboard and all that other stuff they're gonna do. They do a great job of all the stuff with the kids in the outfield out there, you know, that, heck, when we went to a game, you know, the parents used to that's a dinosaur.
You know, probably next to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh.
That's pretty, my favorite one is the San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, I used to call it Pac Bell, but anyway, with the lights, when the light starts, then you know that they light on, and you look over the lights come all over, and across the water and all that. That's the most beautiful ballpark I know, the one in San Francisco. But Pittsburgh's great.
Yeah.
The problem with Pittsburgh is you're so high, you can't see the games. We broadcast.
Well, I think whatever is going down. One of those things.
That place in Washington is really high. It's really the press box. Right up on the roof.
Yeah, it's, we're fortunate here to have.
Ben Davis is campaigning to get the boxes lowered, because he complains every time he does that series.
Who does?
Ben Davis.
He got no shot. That thing is on the roof in Washington and it's upstate. There were certain ballparks where they didn't care that much about the media. So they just put them as high as they could have, you know, had the fans and the nice sweet spots. And that's Pittsburgh and Washington. But, you know, when I used to go, the first thing I did was sit in my batting practice and see if I could get the call right. Because it fools you when you're high. Yeah, it fools you, really does. But by the time you're really getting good at it, it's the third game of the series.
So just a bit ago, we were talking about the ballpark and where the bullpen was and the fans. What is your perception of Philly sports fans? I mean, we get a bad rap, right, and probably deserve most of it. But from your perspective, from your seat, what do you say?
Well, it's easy for me because I have one. But if you didn't grow up here, you don't understand how passionate people are. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. I used to go through this with our guys in 1993 when they started out quick and then they started to fade. And all they could hear was from people was, "Oh, you remind me of the '64 Phillies." Well, I wasn't even born in '64. They're saying, "What's with this '64 Phillies thing?" I said, "You gotta be here. You gotta understand the scars of that night and this town, and they think you're going to do it again to them. So they're going to jump off the bandwagon a little bit." But in my opinion, this is the greatest sports town in the country because people care so much. Maybe they care too much sometimes, but when you're lucky enough to be in a business the way that I was, you really appreciate it. But when you're a player coming to this town and trying to play in this town and not understanding the mentality, it's hard. You used to say, the agent would say, "Oh, if my player can come there, it's no big deal." It should be, "Oh, it is a big deal." There's always, remember Lance Parrish? Lance Parrish couldn't play here. And he was a heck of a player for the Tigers. He didn't want to be here. So it takes a different player to be here. But I think there's no place better to win in Philadelphia. And there's no fans that care more about their teams than the fans.
Go ahead. I mean, you know, the temporary days again. Oh, yeah.
lost him way too prematurely, but he used to say, what these fans try to do in this town is, they try to test you, they try to crack you, and if they can't, they love you. And he said the perfect walked out, and who was at the head of the parade? Who wrote on the Budweiser thing in his dog? Pat Burrell. Pat Burrell left his town because he hung in there and didn't let the fans get you. But that's easier said than done. You hear some of the things. And nowadays, it's a little tougher.
No, it's true. It is.
And the next one, the next parade down Broad Street, John Middleton in Bryce. You know, because I mean, that was such a big deal bringing Bryce Harper here.
So, Castellanos and Wheeler. Young looking. He gets a little itchy sometimes. That's the key right now.
What do you think about the analytics? Talk about that, 'cause obviously.
But the bottom line is it can't be done. You have to understand that the analytics are part of the game, and you better incorporate it. And I think we were way behind. That's still the hardest game in the world to play. You can make $35 million a year. You gotta have to understand the analytics and incorporate it into your business. But just on a personal note, I'm so glad I don't have to sit there every pitching. Owen told me a story. There's only one Larry Ball. I'm sure many of them remember. So they don't understand it. You know, he's an assistant to the GM and has been for a while. So he told me he was sitting in the booth one night. This was it. So wait, that's the last week. That's where you look. For sports, and they're good at it, that's why they're there. Something you just gotta leave alone.
Right. Yeah.
You know, not around it, and there's much more hands-on stuff nowadays.
I need to throw it over to Lauren real quick.
Are we ready for the Madison?
Madison, we have some trivia, quick
Some
questions.
rapid fire questions for you
Oh, geez.
that are meant to just, but if you have a story, that's fine too. We just have a
No, I
list
won't do that.
of fun questions.
All right.
So your favorite all-time Phillies player,
Where'd you ask for?
best stadium you've ever been to on the road,
San Francisco. And I gotta go / Dodger Stadium. Both of them.
Pats, genomes, or other.
No, I think the most Pats and Gino are like, right?
All right, that's fair. What is your favorite non-Phillies Philadelphia team? So not the Phillies, but your other, so Sixers, Flyers, Eagles, Union.
Well, I'm a huge Penn State college football fan, so I probably have to say my second favorite team would be the professional football, would be the Eagles. And I was lucky enough as a kid to see the 60 Oh, yeah.
Is he in the house?
So I'm gonna say you ever go down to Indian Rock Beach and go see Luigi, Helen Wilson? You won't get any free, but he'll get you in.
So that was the Madison inning, right? What did you buy? Did he get a sponsor yet?
You did a great job with that.
I think his sponsor is the Susan.
Definitely.
Rapid fire, that was very good.
We did that with Stephen Joe Watson.
Did they say they were good cooks? Those two?
But then it was a little bit more personal, like, between themselves, like, different questions.
Yeah.
You got the same
They're
question.
two great guys.
But I think Jimmy said he was the better cook than Joe.
I think,
I think Jimmy took that.
Joe's just louder. Those two guys used to be around us a lot. They were big Toronto Blue Jays fans, big baseball fans. So I was lucky enough to get to know Jimmy and Joe over the years. Do some banquets with them. Good guys.
Oh,
Great guys.
yeah. And I think Judy was the favorite of the parents.
Joe was running too loud.
Exactly. He never shut up.
Go ahead, Gene Hart used to tell stories about Joe. They were funny.
Got some trivia prizes left?
We do.
How about a little rapid fire?
All right. We'll go a little here. So, who was the pitcher to finish the game for the Phillies to win the NL 2007?
I know it too. Somebody just yelled it out. That was
Someone
great.
yelled Brett Myers.
That is correct.
That's true. That's correct.
That is correct. Roman Glove after
Brett was a closer then.
See, Mike knows about that. He's here. Well, no, he came to the He came on the
I think he just knows his stuff.
No, he's very good. Those guys. All right. So who who was the announcer that made Chris Wheeler want to become an announcer himself?
I know somebody said, I mean, Byron was, I know I was working with him and all that. Bill Campbell was, when I was a kid, we all used to do him. Oh,
I mean, the list goes on. I mean, there's something else. I mean, how lucky are we?
very lucky, very lucky. We've had a lot of great broadcasts in this town. You know, a lot of the TV guys like Al Meltzer and guys like that over the years. You mentioned Gene, and the guys that I work
Merle
with.
Reese.
Merrill Reese is just belongs to the same club I belong to, about country club. I saw him 2 days ago. It looks great. Looking forward to you'll see that and all that. Merrill just keeps on taking. He's tremendous. Great guy. He's just, you talk about a guy who loves the Eagles. Merrill Reese loves him. It shows.
Another great show. I don't
When I was in the 60s, I used to work with the CIA so when I had Andy Musser
ours up.
So what was the final score of the 493 World Series?
we talked about it a little
We
bit.
did talk about it, and I'm glad you picked the wrong answer.
I did, yeah.
People got cheat sheet there.
All right.
Yeah, so,
Women, usually they're lost, one of those things.
like I said,
Like baseball, still the greatest game, you can't take it, you can't ice it,
no law.
right? Can't dribble it around, still gotta go. Well, I think that's, I think it really is right around second.
For photos, so, don't call on comments, anything. We are all. Personally, and our condolences go out to Jimmy Bain, friend of all of us. And on that note, we're going to close it out, but hang out, have a beer, and maybe some wings.